On today's show, the latest sales reports show big problems at Volvo, Mercedes-Benz disses fuel cells, and the FBI has some advice about hackers attacking automotive companies. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the show for enthusiasts of the automotive industry. We've got the sales for last month in the American market, and the numbers tell a fascinating story. 1.5 million vehicles were sold, and even though that's a great number for any one month, they were actually down 1.6% from last year. The SAAR came in at 16.53 million vehicles compared to 16.58 last year. March represents the third month in a row that sales are down. The list of biggest gainers starts with Jaguar Land Rover, but all the credit goes to Jaguar because sales at Land Rover fell nearly 9%. Almost all of Jag's momentum came from the F-Pace and XE. Next up on the list is Subaru, and it was the Forester and Outback that were hauling the freight. Mitsubishi was up too, but the credit goes to just one vehicle, the Outlander. The rest of Mitsubishi's lineup was down. And it's amazing how just one vehicle can make or break the month for these small volume manufacturers. Mazda finally posted a gain thanks to the CX-9 and the Miata, and Porsche rounded out the top five, but only because the Macan and the Panamera posted gains. All of Porsche's other models fell. The list of biggest losers starts out with Volvo, and it's time to hit the panic button in Gothenburg. Something's going horribly wrong at Volvo, with sales of the XC90 plummeting 44% and the S90 is going nowhere. We've been reporting on Volvo's weakening sales for 3 months now, and it's starting to look serious. Kia had a bad month with sales of every single model falling except for the Niro. Even adding a small Ute wasn't enough to move the needle. Hyundai was down overall despite red-hot sales of the Tucson, Elantra, and Santa Fe. Ford made this list despite selling a jaw-dropping 76,604 F-Series trucks and by delivering its first Ford GTs. We're guessing that they went to Chairman Bill Ford and CEO Mark Fields, the lucky dogs. And finally, FCA posted a drop because Jeep sales were off sharply. But Mike Manley, the head of Jeep, had warned us that sales would be weak for the first half of this year, as it greatly reduces fleet sales and until it can get full volume of the new Compass. But one warning sign we see for FCA is that sales of the Chrysler Pacifica were off by 5,000 vehicles compared to the old Town & Country minivan. All in all, it wasn't that bad of a month, but the market has definitely plateaued. Now we're going to have to watch and see if the car companies maintain their discipline and not try to artificially prop up sales with heavy discounts. We'll be back with more right after this.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. Lear, a global leader in automotive seating and electrical systems. And by Borg Warner, propulsion solutions that support a clean, energy-efficient world.
Buying a new car can take a long time. You can spend up to 4 hours doing paperwork at a dealership. That's why a company called Autogravity came up with an app that lets you get all your financing done before you go to the dealership. That can easily shave an hour off the time you'll need to spend there. The app lets you search by car, by dealer, and by lender. Whether you're good or bad at negotiating, this app helps you get approval for a loan ahead of negotiating a deal with the dealer. And once you fill in your information, you'll get 4 offers within minutes. The Autogravity app handles both new and used cars, and I gotta tell you, it's kind of fun to play around with, even if you're not actively in the market at the moment. Even though motorists are worried about hackers taking control of their cars, the real problem for the auto industry is with hackers stealing their intellectual property. On Autoline this week, Special Agent Thomas Winterhalter from the FBI's Cyber Division had some advice.
But really, when it comes to working with industry, a lot of it's that proactive sharing. It's going out and making an effort to work with the companies and the corporations in your area of responsibility to get them to understand what the vulnerabilities and consequences are, and to develop that relationship so that when they see something, even that small anomaly, they're willing to just pick up the phone and call. That's what we're there for. Just pick up the phone, give us a call, reach out to us. We'll be able to help you out and be able to say, you know what, we'll be there in the next 15 minutes. It's probably something severe. Let's start kind of working together.
That's pretty good advice. You see a problem? Call the FBI. And if you are interested in cybersecurity issues, that show addresses a lot of them and what the auto industry is doing to try and solve them. Coming up next, despite being a leader in fuel cell development, Daimler is pretty much throwing in the towel.
Bridgestone's new Ecopia Plus tires are fuel efficient and engineered to give you 20 extra miles per tank.
20 extra miles? Good, because usually I have to stop and fill up there. Hit me, Ben.
Learn more at bridgestonetire.com.
Whether it's on television, online, or through social media, Autoline knows how to effectively get your marketing message to the people you want to reach. Contact Stacy Eman today.
In a move to accelerate its introduction of electric cars by 3 years, Mercedes-Benz is backing off its R&D efforts into fuel cells. The website Smart to Zero reports that Daimler's CEO Dieter Zetsche says battery costs are coming down and range is growing so fast that batteries are a better solution. Volvo has also said it's not interested in fuel cells. Even so, Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai already offer fuel cell cars in limited numbers, and General Motors will start volume production of fuel cells in a partnership with Honda in 2020. Even so, it's easy to understand Daimler's reluctance to pour more money into fuel cell development. The auto industry has reportedly spent $20 billion on fuel cell development over the last couple of decades, earning exactly zero return on that investment. Speaking of Daimler, it's entering into a partnership with Bosch to develop SAE Level 4 and Level 5 autonomous taxis by the start of next decade. The two will work on developing the software and algorithms needed for full autonomy. The idea is to have production-ready models that will provide rides in cities, with the taxis going to the riders instead of the other way around. Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's report. Thanks for watching, and remember, we'll be back here tomorrow with more news on the global automotive industry.